That's dedication right there.
That is real dedication,
Yeah.
man.
What up, Jacob?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's dedication, man. We decided when we started these, no matter what, we was just gonna do every Monday, man. So we just gonna be on here for like 20, 25 minutes today. Just hop on, man, and just connect for a little minute. You know what I mean? Just stay dedicated, man. No matter what we're doing.
That's it, man.
We didn't even make it back home. We just drove back in from Vegas, man. I'm not even back at the crib yet. We stopped at a bar to get it off real quick. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, we gotta do what you gotta do, man. I love it. But how's Vegas, man? How's the Super Bowl? I mean, that's what we're gonna talk about today, anyway. How was that for you guys?
Man, it was dope out there, bro.
Yeah.
It was really like man, Vegas was crazy, man. It had the Super Bowl. It honestly didn't have as much people out there as I
Right.
thought, but the energy of the Super Bowl was high. Vegas does a little. They go extra for everything they do, man. So you know what I'm saying. It was player out there for sure.
That's go. Caston said, "Go Chief."
Man, and that's kind of like let's go ahead and get into it, man. Since we're not gonna be on here long, that's kind of what we wanted to hop on here and talk about, man. I know the topic of right now and just we're everywhere is the Super Bowl, man. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Being a Broncos fan, I didn't really have a dog in the fight. Me and Z was talking about the similar situation, but what we want to talk about kind of is like with the Super Bowl, like seeing greatness in a dynasty in real time is an interesting thing, bro, because
Hmm.
it's like everybody wants everybody wants to root for something the first time or the couple times when they're starting to win,
Right.
right? But then
Right.
when you start to win too much, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Hey man, we hold up. That's where the hate starts happening.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of like
The
in that it's an example with the Super Bowl, but that's just in life. Like, kind of people kind of want to see you do good until you do too good, and then it's like, hold up now.
Facts.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Facts.
So
Yeah.
it's a weird situation, man.
It really is. And first and foremost, shout out to Patrick Mahomes, man. That he's a legend. It's as simple as that. He's a legend. Secondly, the trajectory of what success looks like and greatness at that level is you're revered, you're loved initially, and then you get to a point where it's just like, all right, we've seen Patrick Mahomes in 4 Super Bowls now. Like it's just like, all right, who wants to see his ass in the Super Bowl again? Like it's like, all right, like you're doing too good now. You're winning too much, and that's the trajectory of what greatness looks like. It's you're loved, you're revered at first, and then you're hated, and then you're loved again, right? Like either when you retire or you die, right?
Right.
Then you get your flowers. That's what that looks like. And so it's crazy what the trajectory and like the motions of greatness, what that looks like is, like there's a lot of like ups and downs where it's just like, like you go from love to being hated to loved again, and it's just crazy. And we're seeing that in real time with Patrick Mahomes. Like either you love him or you hate him. Obviously people like Cass love him, but it's just like we were sitting and watching the game yesterday, and it's just like, how can you not appreciate this greatness that's happening right now?
Right. Right. It's true though. You said it right, Z. Because people want to see you win. I mean, people kind of want to see you win, but at the same time, once you start to like excel at that level that most people don't think you want to, be at, and then people be like, okay, why is he always winning? Why is he
Yeah,
always winning?
yeah,
Yeah,
Like sad, like,
yeah,
and now they want to see you lose. Now
yeah.
they don't want you to be great. Now they want to see you lose. It's sad, bro. I don't know why we do that as human beings. But I can kind of like understand that. It's like people don't want you, like you said, man. People don't want you better than them.
Yeah.
They want you to be at a certain level. But once you start to like surpass that
Hmm.
level, then they feel some type of way. It's a reflection of who they
Yeah,
are. You
yeah,
know?
absolutely. It's insecurity within, right? Like, people want to see you do well, but never better than them, because when they see you doing better, they get envious, right? They're either envious or they're jealous, one of the two, and that's always an ugly trait. Is what's crazy is Ramon and I were talking about it earlier. Is like, I think when you're in pursuit of greatness, how can you not admire greatness? Like, because it's
Right.
just like we're literally like you have to learn from your predecessor. Like
yeah,
we're literally witnessing people like Patrick Mahomes in real time, and people like ourselves, we're in pursuit of greatness. We're literally pursuing and doing great things right now. People may not see it,
Right.
but like we're doing it. And to see and witness and be able to admire people like Patrick Mahomes, the LeBron James, and all these people that are doing this in real time, it's just like, how can you not admire that when you're somebody who wants to be, um, who wants to achieve greatness at that level? Like, how can you not admire it, right?
Right.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, man, and it's something that I think about when I start seeing like the hate come in. Like honestly, to be great, you have to kind of get hate, right? That it kind of comes with it,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like greatness is like polarizing. Either they just
Hmm.
love you or hate you. There's really no in between. Like if you're like a mediocre player, nobody hates a mediocre player in the league, right?
Nope.
But you hate,
Nope.
but they hate
Right.
LeBron. They hated Jordan. They hated Kobe. They hate
Right.
you.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
no, the
Yep.
hate only really comes when you're great. Like it's
Right.
Yeah.
hard to
Facts.
just hate somebody mediocre because it's like it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you know what I mean. But when the greatness comes in, that's kind of where it's like, you know what I mean. They find, man, he's not the GOAT. This is why you remember the numbers on, and the
Right.
comparisons come in, and then they really start, and the comparisons make things weird because it's like now it's like not even looking at your greatness. It's like your greatness compared to the greatest. And now it's
Right.
kind of like it creates the conversation that people like feel like they have to pick and choose between
Right.
what was great and what is great now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's
Right.
kind of it's a weird thing, man. Like
It
it's a
really is.
weird thing when you start getting into those type of realms, right? When you start moving up
Hmm.
to like those conversations that actually like you know greatness, man. It's an interesting thing, bro.
So
Yeah.
talking about greatness though, do you think Patrick Mahomes right now with 3 Super Bowl, you think he's part of the top ten greatest quarterback now, or what do you think?
Yeah.
I give him that,
Absolutely.
bro.
Absolutely. He's
I
top
give
10
him.
quarterbacks of all
Really?
time. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Of like all like the fact that I think another thing too is we were touching on this on the drive over here from Vegas. Is what does like that look like as far as timeline, right? Does there have to be an aspect of longevity to it? But I mean, you think about some of the greats, right? You think about people like Tupac. Tupac died at 24 years old. Biggie
Right.
died at 26. And you think about people like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has achieved so much, and he's only 28 years old.
Right.
Like he's accomplished things at this point in his career that like no other quarterback has done in this time span. And so
Right.
to say that he's not one of the greatest of all time, I think would be honestly like a slap in the face because it's just like,
Right.
granted, his career hasn't spanned the length of like a Tom Brady's and stuff like that,
Right.
but what he's been able to accomplish in such little time is just like truly remarkable.
Right.
So, so yes, he's absolutely in the top 10. Would you put him in top 10?
I mean, I would say so because I'm not really, when it comes to football, I'm not really that knowledgeable about all the greats and stuff.
Yeah,
You hear about like the Brady's and like the Peyton Manning and all that,
yeah,
Elway. So now, I mean, for our generation, for sure, right? I would say now he's up there with the
yeah,
greats for sure. Because I think there was a stat since like it's a 2003. He's the first quarterback to win like a back-to-back championship. So like 20 years, he broke the Brady record, I believe. I mean,
Yeah.
not broke Brady record, but he was the first the second quarterback to do that after 20 years. I was like, damn. So that
yeah.
shows you like you're great because in 20 years to be able to do that, the first quarterback to win a back-to-back Super Bowl, bro, it's hard.
That's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah,
And shout out to Be Easy. He said was
What's
good,
good,
brothers.
Bees?
Um, but not only to be able to do it back to back, but like this year is his greatest win thus far because their team was not even that good, honestly.
right,
They we were watching the stats on it earlier. They had the most drops. He didn't have a single receiver that had 1,000 yards or more. He didn't have an 1,000 yard rusher. And so like you think about all these things and like what he was able to accomplish with so little. Like I mean, they beat the Bills. I mean, they beat the Ravens. They went through teams that were deemed much better than them, right?
right,
You know, the Dolphins, you could argue, are a better team than the Chiefs. They beat them. The Bills are a better team than the Chiefs. They beat them. And the Ravens are a better team. honestly, the Ravens had no business losing this year. Like this
Right,
was their year to win, and they dropped the ball. So,
right. They should have
um,
won that game.
so I honestly think that this is his best win by far. Like it's great that he's won 3 Super Bowls already, but this is by far his best accomplishment to date.
Facts.
I agree. I agree.
And
Cause yeah, 'cause I never thought they were gonna make this far this year, right? I never thought they would have made it this far, but and I feel like he one of those things that overall the team, right? They always just find a way to win. No matter how close the game is, they just like find a way to win, bro. It's kind of inspiring to think about it, you know. All the odds are against them. They were down 2 digits, you know. They came back and won the game last year when they played my Eagles, bro.
Yeah.
Same thing. They came back
yep,
and won the game.
yep, yep. They actually said that like in all 4 of his Super Bowl appearances, he's been down by 10 points at some point in the game, which is wild. That's a crazy stat.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's wild. Somebody in here said the Super Bowl halftime was outdated.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
What's your thoughts? What do you think? Usher killed it,
I don't,
or what do you think?
I don't agree with that, man. Shout out to Crocodile Don D. You know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with that in the sense of like I think Usher just showed greatness when you start seeing some of those songs came out probably like 20 years ago. I don't know when Nice and Slow came out, but you start to see
Yep.
he's been relevant up to the point of having even now a Vegas residency and about to go back on tour for how many years? That's like he's got to be in the greatest R&B performers or just maybe even performers period in that list
Right.
of all time, you know what I mean? So just to kind of still see him performing at this level is in the same like what we're talking about is just greatness at that level. You know what I mean? And I thought honestly I thought he killed it, bro.
Right.
Like he ain't really
Right.
lost a step. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Usher, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ursula, babe.
Nah.
Even though if he would have slid up on my wife like that, we would have been fighting. I would have had some choice words from him, man, after the game. but outside of that, no, Ursula, he did his thing, man. He really did. I enjoyed it.
Right.
I enjoyed it.
And it kind of like remind me of our childhood, bro. Those are the songs that we grew up
Yeah,
on, right? All the all
absolutely.
the favorite jams. And it realized, bro, he got hits for days. I'm like, God damn, every song is fire. Like
Yeah,
every songs that he played, everyone knew those songs. And I'm
yeah,
like, damn, man, it just shows you how good you are too. Like, remember what you said, bro. Like being relevant for that long.
yeah,
It's one
absolutely.
thing to make it as an artist, but one thing actually being in the game for that long, bro. Come on,
Yeah, it's
man.
just like we said, we greatness in real time. What's crazy is people don't ever get their flowers until the worst happens, right? Like
Yeah.
they typically pass, and it's crazy that like people like the LeBrons, the Ushers, and stuff like that. They're probably not going to be revered until they pass, and like just being able to celebrate everything that they've accomplished to date. That's what I think yesterday's Super Bowl performance was. It was a celebration. I think it was of just like Usher's career. I thought that was a huge nod to him and like everything that he's done. And I mean, he had so many more hits to play. That was the
Right.
crazy thing about it. He didn't play My Way, Lovers and Friends, and
Right.
like all these other records that we know are all timeless as well. So I thought Usher personally, I think he killed it. And it's dope to just he's been relevant in what 3 decades now.
Right.
Maybe even longer than that.
Yeah, he's
Actually, like the '90s, the
45.
2000s,
Yeah, he's
2010s.
45. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's been relevant for like 4 decades, bro. Like that's
Uh,
wild. That's wild to think about.
uh,
So
someone says
uh,
student one question an R&B song.
But
that's
that's one of
shout
the
out to David.
shout out to David, man. He was on the Vegas trip with us, man, and he did a lot of great like videographer and photography work. But that was one of the questions that he asked on the road, bro. My cousin Ray, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to Ray
Shout
Wimley,
out to
but
Ray.
he tried to
Shout
make the
out to Ray.
argument that 21 Questions by 50 Cent is an R&B song.
I mean, hold. I mean, the hook. I mean,
Come
No,
on,
stop
man.
it.
Don't do it. Don't do it,
Stop it,
Diamond. Don't
bro.
do it.
Stop it.
Don't
Do
do it,
not
bro.
even do that. Do not do that.
no,
Don't
hear
do
Do
me
not
out.
do
Hear
that.
me out.
Do
Hear
not do
me
that.
out, bro.
Do
Hear me
not do
out.
that. No, Diamond.
don't
No,
do
Diamond.
it.
Okay. Well, what is considered an R&B song? Let me look. What's considered an R&B song? Let's do
That's
this.
what we argued. Like
Right. Okay.
okay.
Right. What are the components, right, of an R&B song? What does it need to have? Like, what is that? Like, since you go.
To be honest, I feel like if this is my take. If it's more rap than R&B, then it's rap. It's a rap song, right? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like if you have three rap verses in like a hook that's R&B, you know what I'm saying? Like singing,
Right.
I would feel like that's
Right.
more of a rap song. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
plus, like I feel like an R&B song focuses more on like a melodic, like singing in the verses. I
Right.
think the verses is what makes some a rap song versus R&B. That's just my take. But you know, I digress.
Yeah.
Hey.
I personally think it's a melodic rap song. It's a
Right.
melodic rap song. It's not R&B, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like I feel like that would just be disrespectful to the like the R&B genre to say that like 50 Cent's 21 Questions is R&B. Like that's just
I
I don't know.
mean, but Drake makes some songs that people consider hip hop, and then it's not quite like it's more a lot of singing too, and people are like that's a hip hop song. So would it
No,
not be like
but
discolored?
Drake falls in both pockets though.
Right.
Drake could make a rap album or he could make an entire
Right.
R&B album.
Right.
But Drake is unique in that sense. Like
Right.
could, okay, let me ask you this: if 50 Cent released an R&B album, are
Who?
you? If 50 Cent released an R&B album, are you listening to it?
I mean, it depends who he features on it, right?
No, bro, stop it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Stop
hilarious.
it. Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, man. That's a hard one because that's a good song. Yeah, but yeah,
It's a great song. It's a
Oh,
great
we have
song.
great
to
song.
categorize.
No,
It's
It'll fall
legendary.
more in like the. But I can see why someone might consider that as an R&B song. But I think if I have to put it in category, I
Okay,
would say
okay.
more of a hip hop.
Another question. Do you consider Nate Dogg an R&B artist?
Damn, bro. Shit. It's hard.
this this what we talked about on the way to Vegas, Brett.
Damn. Damn. I
This was
mean,
the hot topic. This was the
damn.
hot topic
That's
driving to
hard.
Vegas for Phoenix.
But he sings, but he's not like a typical R&B artist, so it's hard because he's a singer, right? But he more like damn. I'm playing more in like a hip hop though, but he
Yeah,
sings like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
To be honest, he's like a hip hop singer. That's what I would
he's a hip
like.
hop
He's like
Yeah.
a you know what I'm
singer.
saying? Like not
Yeah.
like a R&B singer, like a hip hop singer though. You know,
But that,
you feel me? That's where I
Yeah.
would. That's where I put him.
yeah,
Shout out to
but
Nate
then
Dogg,
so
man.
Shut RIP to Nate Dogg, man. RIP, man.
yeah, but that's true like a hip hop. Damn, that's hard because you wouldn't
Yeah, bro.
consider him to be an R&B singer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Somebody said,
Oh,
how
how about
about Two Live Crew? Do people listen to that? Nah, bro. Like Two Live Crew is that's definitely hip hop. That's rap. But
And
yeah,
they better not make an R&B album. You know what I'm
if Two
saying?
Live Crew ever put out an R&B album, burn that thing.
That's how
Burn it.
that's how the bounds,
Burn
man.
that thing.
That's how the
Yeah.
bounds.
Burn that thing.
Say
But back
birds are too
to
hard.
like
Like
the big overall question. I know we probably about to wrap soon, being that we just have a shorter episode today, man.
right.
But what's y'all take on overall like on greatness? I think one thing I want to just add to the conversation is like I'm at the point where I'm finally starting to appreciate greatness in real time
Right.
versus falling into the hating on somebody that keeps winning. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think I fell into that over time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you a certain team, like Nuggets is my team, right? So Kobe used to always beat us, and it made me
Right.
like kind of not, you know what I mean? Not
Right.
mess with
Not
him
like
growing
them.
up.
Right.
But then after you kind of appreciate the greatness. But I think I'm at that stage now in life where I'm just appreciating greatness in real time, like
Right.
whatever that
Real
looks
time.
like. How do y'all feel about that?
That's dope. I mean, for example, right? You can still not like a team and still appreciate how they are great. You know, like for example, like when the Eagles played Kansas City last year, I knew
Yep.
Mahomes was great. I knew Kansas City was a great team, but I wanted the Eagles to win. You know, so I didn't take away that. It didn't take away them being great. However, bro, I think greatness is one of those things that's so hard to accomplish, man. It's very hard. It's difficult. In order for you to
Absolutely.
be great in any field, bro, it requires like constant effort. You just trying to like figure out ways that you can be better. It never stops,
Absolutely.
bro. Because at the end of the day, I feel like to be great, you got to do something that everyone else is not doing. You got to be the one staying up late, working on your craft, while everyone's out partying. You got to be the one to delay gratification. You got to be the one to like continuously learn and educate yourself and surround yourself with so many people. That's why it's very few people who are great, bro, because it just takes so much work, and
Absolutely.
most people are not willing to put in all that work, bro. Because
Hmm.
it took a lot of work to get great, and to not be great, you just have to not do anything. So
Yeah.
it just requires so
Yeah.
much work, bro. And sometimes
Hmm.
some of the work you put in, bro, you don't even see that much of a result. It's just like little microscopic effort, man. So I
Yeah.
That's a
understand
fact.
Facts.
why it's like very few people who like willing to like do whatever it takes to be great, because it's hard. We
Yeah.
all know that, bro.
Yeah. And piggybacking off of that, to that point, because greatness is something that is almost like a lightning strike, right? Like it's something that rarely happens. So being able to witness it in real time, it makes you want to appreciate, like at least a person for like myself, like I just like love it because people be hating, man. Let's just be real. People be hating. Like
People are haters.
the better you are at something, the more hated you're going to be. But you are going to be loved, but you're also going to be more hated.
Right.
You can't be for everybody, and everybody's not for you.
Fact.
And that's something that I've definitely come to like learn as well. But as someone who truly appreciates greatness, and is in pursuit of it myself, it's just like, man, like being able to witness things like we did yesterday, and just like the people who are doing it day in and day out and putting in the effort, and we're doing it ourselves, and all the blood, sweat, and tears that you devote to something that you're just like so passionate about. I'm a person that like thrives off of passion. Passion is me. So to witness other people that are just as passionate about whatever it is that they do, and like are displaying that at such a level that everyone's just like, either you love them or hate them. It's
Right.
just like, damn, that's lit, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
so to your point, P, I'm definitely in that phase of just like appreciating greatness in real time, and just like admiring it, and just like, damn, like it only inspires me and motivates me more, right? It's just like that's dope. Like Patrick Mahomes performing at that level, it was honestly inspirational. It's just like,
Right.
damn, like how could you not be inspired? How could you not want to work
Right.
harder? How could you not want to like go into the studio and and make greatness? How could you not want to go home and work, build your business and work on
Right.
greatness? How could you not want to go out and capture greatness? Shout out to David. That boy captured a lot of greatness over this
Yep.
weekend. But yeah, man, it's truly something to just marvel at, honestly.
That's exactly, bro. And the last thing I wanted to just put on that, man, because I agree exactly with what y'all were saying with that. Last piece I wanted to add to it is another big piece that I realized this weekend on just what we were doing, and then watching that, is that no matter how great you are, the team has to show up, right? And it's so dope to see different people play different
Right.
roles to accomplish a team goal, man. So
Right.
seeing what we were out there doing for Vegas, and then seeing like everybody play their roles, and then you see like like can as great as Mahomes is, he still needs his defense
Fact.
to make some stops. If San
Absolutely.
Francisco, he's great, but if San Francisco put up 70 points,
Yeah.
there's no way. You know
There's
what I
no way.
mean? So you still need that team around you
Facts.
that
Absolutely.
can play their role. You know what I mean? As great as Pat Mahomes is, right? He probably can't play center. He
Right.
can't play
Hmm.
guard. He can't be on the line. You know
Right.
what I mean? He's not gonna play
Right.
defense.
Right.
He needs a team around him, man. I think that's a big piece to connect this all thing, man. Is every like greatness still needs a solid team around it of
Fact.
people that
Absolutely.
play their role in a major way, man. So
Absolutely. You still need a cast of supporters.
Right.
It takes a village, man.
Right.
And I'm a quote my guy Ramond in here. He said a triple double don't matter if you still lose the game, and that's
Right.
a fact. Like
that's a fact.
that's a bar,
Right.
baby. Like
Fact.
you can put up as many stats as you want to as an individual, but if you're never getting to the goal that you want, if you're never accomplishing that accolade, you will be
Right.
forgotten. And
Right.
the greatest people at what they do, they're not forgotten because they win, man. They're just winners, right?
Right. Right.
So, but in order to win, though, you have to be surrounded by people who are just as passionate about about a particular goal as well. And so
Right.
it takes a village, man. It
No,
really does.
It's good. It's a good point because not at the end of the day, right? Let's say we succeed, people are just gonna be focusing on Diamond, Zenas, Ramond, but they're not gonna see like the other people in our corner who've been
Absolutely.
supporting us, inspiring us from day one. I'm gonna take the
Facts.
credit. You know what? He made it, but what about like my brother being there? What about my mom calling me at night like, "Hey, son, keep going." You know, your
Mhm.
friends calling you. You know, it's like kind of like the Chiefs, right? People are talking about Patrick Mahomes, but they're not talking about like the Kansas City Chief defense in overtime when they
Absolutely.
stopped the Niners not scoring. Because if the Niners would have
The game's
scored, Mahomes
over.
would have done anything.
Doesn't
It's
have
like
Game's over.
over,
a chance.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's a really good point, Ramon. Like
Yeah.
all greatness is not just you, bro. It's collective. It's a teamwork. You need
Facts.
all the right components, the right pieces. And like a game of chess. You
Yeah.
might think like the pawn is not important. You might think the king is important. But if you don't have pawns, and then who's gonna protect the kings? All the other pieces are necessary in order for you to win the game. So everything,
Absolutely.
bro, like with
Absolutely.
greatness, you need a
That's money.
team. You need everyone around you to be willing
That's
to be
money,
great.
baby.
So that's dope,
A,
man.
co-
I
a
love you said
collaborative
that.
a collaborative effort always yields the best results. It takes a team
For
effort,
sure.
man. It really does.
Sure.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, shout out to y'all, man. I love my team, man. I love the squad, man. We building something great. We're legends in real time, and I love what we're building. But it's also dope to just witness people like Patrick Mahomes do what he did yesterday, man. It's just remarkable, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
For sure.
Our
For
guy.
sure, man. Well, we can go ahead and wrap on that note, man. I think this is, you know what I'm saying, a great and just really just sticking to the dedication,
Right.
even when it ain't easy, bro. Like I said, we
Right.
ain't even been
Yeah,
home off the trip from Vegas.
Right.
You in the car on the way to handle some stuff, and we still making it happen, man. So
and we still making it
shout out
happen.
to us for the dedication, man. And let's just keep
that
building that as a squad and chasing greatness, bro.
right. Right. That's what separate the great from the mediocre, right? Doing things
Exactly.
even though you don't want to
Exactly.
do it, it's uncomfortable, but you still make time, man. Because at the end of the day, we
Yep.
know we are building something. If we're doing it every day, it's gonna get to where we want to be, bro. But yeah, man,
Yep.
y'all drive safe.
Already.
Big shout out to everyone
You
who
too,
joined us
bro.
tonight. Appreciate
Be
it.
easy, man.
Shout out to everyone who tapped in, man. Y'all be safe.
All
All
right,
right.
y'all.
All right, fellas. All right.